Hello, Strike Army. My name is JaCubAsAlways, and welcome to week number 3 of the ICBA and season number 2, where we're facing GBA veteran and veteran of Pokemon draft format in general, Lars, the head coach of the Borussia Donphan. I'm sure you guys are all well aware of him already, but if you guys haven't seen Lars, make sure you check him out in the description down below. He's a veteran of the format, and he's a really great guy. I know I say that about every single week, but like I have a sense of how people kind of are. Like I can just kind of sense their true genuineness right away, and he just seems like an amazing guy. So make sure you check him out in the description down below, to his Twitter and YouTube, and to his side of the battle once that's up. I'm not sure when this will be going up Monday, obviously, but things are obvious. I might not get a chance to because I'm gonna be super busy next week as this goes up. I'm recording this. We're actually battling 6 days before this goes up on Tuesday, the 29th of August. So essentially, we're battling today. It'll be going up next Monday. I'm getting ready for vacation. I'm going vacation for like 5 days, so that'll be that. It'll just be kind of cramped for time, so I'm going to try to put his link in the description. If not, I'll get there when I get a chance, but his YouTube and Twitter for sure will be there. If not, I'll get a chance to put his battle link in the description down below too. But anyway, check him out. Let's go over our 11 Pokemon, his 11 Pokemon, and the Pokemon we're bringing and why we're bringing them, because this match is very difficult for us. He's got some huge breakers, one in particular that I am terrified of, and our team does not switch in well to at all. So we need to play around it accordingly, and we need to try to make sure he doesn't have any easy switch-ins, per se. But yeah, anyway, let's get started now, shall we? First up, let's go over our 11 Pokemon. Our Pokemon are Excadrill, Tornadus, Therian Form, Tapu Fini, Chandelure, Chestnut, Umbreon, Gigalith, Megalodios, Electivire, Piloswine, and Ariados. Our Z Pokemon are Excadrill, Tornadus T, and Electivire. His team is as followed: Latios, Skarmory, Diggersby, Milotic, Roserade, Gligar, Comfey, whatever you want to say, Sneasel, Speed Boost, Blaziken, Mismagius, and Tauros. So his team's very offensive. He doesn't have a lot of walls, so that's important to key. And his Z Pokemon are Latios, Diggersby, and Speed Boost Blaziken. Obvious, those three are just the best 3 Z Pokemon that he's got on his team. Like, why would he not pick those Z Pokemon? But yeah, he's got a lot of different ways to attack our team, and we need to try to be careful of all of them. I'm not afraid of a lot of things, like the Latios, the Mismagius, the Sneasel, his walls, Milotic, Skarmory, and Gligar, and even Roserade to a degree. I'm not that afraid of. The things I'm really only afraid of, the only things I'm really afraid of are Tauros, Speed Boost Blaziken, and Diggersby. Normal spam versus my team has merit, because Gigalith does not have the greatest matchup in the world here. It's set up fodder kind of for Latios. Skarmory can just kind of Iron Flinch it and set up hazards on it. Diggersby just is going to nuke it. Even we're a Gigalith, but it's still going to nuke us. Roserade can beat it pretty hard. Milotic just completely walls it and can Scald Burn us if our terrain's not up. Gligar could actually set up on Gigalith. That would be really bad. Comfey is just set up fodder for Comfey. Sneasel, like, well, we can take on Sneasel with it, so, like, but we have other things for Sneasel, so I'm not worried. Blaziken. Yeah, if it's like a Shukaberry Blaziken, it can set up an SD and just potentially win. Mismagius could potentially set up on... There's so many things that are preventing Gigalith from being good here, so we're not able to bring Sand here. And I pretty much eliminated that, like, right from the get-go. So I'm just like, we're going to have to figure out another strategy for this match, and we're going to have to figure out what we're going to try to do against him. Another problem for us, if he like passes speed into his Diggersby, that's a huge issue, which as you can see on the screen right now, you can already see we have precautions for that. But we'll get to that in just a minute. But yeah, so there's that. Also, Diggersby as a whole is just in generally very annoying. So normal stab is actually really good versus our team, because our only reliable switch-in is Gigalith to that, because Excadrill's, it's pretty bulky, it can be, but then I'd have to invest in it. I'd have to run like Shukaberry, and that could kind of get messy. And if it's like a Life Orb Tauros with Fire Blast, Excadrill's not going to appreciate that if we're like more defensive, like physically defensive and HP invested. So I forwent that. I didn't want to do that at all. But yeah, spikes are also a huge issue for our team. So, because we haven't brought, albeit we've brought all of our removal, Excadrill, Tapu Fini, and Megalodios every single week. We haven't brought removal at all yet, and he might try to take advantage of that. So yeah, we have to be careful on that. But yeah, we have ways to stop all of his Pokemon. Like, just like his his top 3 threats, obviously Diggersby, Blaziken, and Speed Boost Blaziken, and Tauros are the biggest 3 threats. And then Latios to a degree if it's like a Dragon Dance set, but I don't really envision a Dragon Dance set. I mean, he could potentially bring that with like a Dragonium Z and just completely and utterly wreck our Latias. But we have ways around that. I'm going to have to play very, very well around Latios' match as well. There's a lot of things that we have to play around, and I'm not looking forward to it, that's for sure. But it'll be a tough matchup, but we'll get through it. Win or lose, it's going to be a good matchup. I'm going to put a good matchup for you guys on versus Lars. This is the most recognizable name I've ever faced in draft format before, so I'm very nervous about this. As you can see, I'm rambling even more so than usual, but yeah. Let's get started into the team. So first up, we have Scruffy, the Tornadus form with the Chilanberry, U-turn taunt, superpowered knockoff. We have Chilanberry as a check, soft check, to Diggersby. If it's Scarf Diggersby, I'm literally not very worried about it, because Latias, being as bulky as it is, will take it on pretty well. He would probably run knockoff for our team, as if he were like, he's not going to be Scarf though. Scarf just wouldn't be the best bring, because we have ways, because like, if he's locked into normal move, we go into Chandelure. If he's locked into, or Excadrill or this, but if he's locked into a ground move, we can go to Tornti, Latias, those 2 Pokemon. He's not going to bring Ice Punch. Ice Punch just doesn't make sense for my team. He's going to bring Normal Stab, U-turn, Knockoff, and Earthquake. Yes, return, U-turn, Knockoff, Earthquake. Yeah, so those 4 moves. Return those 4 moves, probably, in fact, actually. No matter what his set he is, probably, because he needs a way to hit Latias. Well, actually, return would actually do more, because you can't knock off my items. So I don't even know if he'd run knockoff for our team. He might just run Quick Attack, especially if he's banned Life Orb or Silk Scarf, because it's just like that priority might just be a nice niche to have, and you never know when it'll be effective. But yeah, Tornti is here to shut down his possible leads. Roserade, Diggersby, and Skarmory. I don't envision him leading with anything else, maybe even Gligar. Those 4 are possible leads, looking at his 11 Pokemon right now. So therefore, I want to kind of counteract those leads. Like, if I see Roserade, my lead every single time is going to be Tornti, because I don't want him to set up spikes or toxic spikes. I will taunt him immediately, and if he wants to attack us, yeah, he's not going to kill us. He might do a lot of damage, but we'll regenerate that out and just U-turn out into probably Umbreon, because Umbreons are defensive wall for a lot of things. Umbreon's got a lot of weight on its shoulders this game as well. And also, Umbreon here, which we'll go to next, is here to help us with Diggersby and Blaziken, but you're like, Jacob, those things are going to absolutely destroy that. Well, we're carrying Reflect Umbreon this matchup. Umbreon doesn't get Reflect anymore, but we can get this set because of, what is it called? So Umbreon gets Reflect because Eevee gets Reflect in Gen 1 and the Red, Blue, Yellow on the Virtual Console, so we transfer that to our actual game. We make the Eevee love us in our Sun and Moon game, and we evolve it to Umbreon, and it gets Reflect. And then it gets Payback via move, just a level up move, Moonlight as well, and Toxic as a TM. So that's the moveset we have. We're specially defensive. We have Light Clay, so we have 8 turns of Reflect, because we want to be as bulky as possible with all of our Pokemon. If Reflect is up, things like the Diggersby and Blaziken aren't as big of an issue anymore as they once were. Megalodios will wall both of them if Reflect is up. So we have to try to keep Reflect up as soon as can. Moonlight on Umbreon is really integral because we need to keep Umbreon as healthy as it can. So therefore, we need certain ways to stop his team. Umbreon here completely walls Mismagius because we are specially defensive. Yes, it could have Dazzling Gleam. A +2 Dazzling Gleam is not going to knock out an Umbreon, though. And then we'll be, in turn, be able to knock it out with a payback because we'll be taking damage first and knock it out clean. I know Umbreon's attack is kind of bad, but, you know, Miss Magus' defense is bad as well, so it works out in that sense. This is also a pretty good switch into a Roserade. Yeah, it could kind of like poison us or something if it just has normal Toxic, but I don't envision that. And on his specially defensive walls, like Milotic and Roserade, Gligar even, we can switch in comfortably, set up a Reflect, Moonlight up, switch out, and have 5 turns of Reflect up to do what we want to do to his team. It's going to be more of a defensive battle here. It's going to be a very long battle, I can envision, just based on the team structure that we made. Because we, usually a team like this, I'd want to go hyper offense, but our offense is not going to beat his offense this game, unless we went completely crazy. And the thing is, if he didn't have Skarmory, I think our offense would be able to beat his offense. Or Skarmory and Gligar, I should say. Though the combination of that two just walls our hard-hitting Excadrill so bad that the fact we're really not able to bring it, unfortunately. And I really am very frustrated the fact that we're not able to bring it, but I think we'll be okay regardless. So yeah, Umbreon is here just for those kind of reasons. The fact that this thing's gonna get Heal Bell once tutor moves come out is gonna be great, because I would have loved to run Heal Bell here. Well, I mean, I probably still wouldn't have, because Toxic is nice here. But the reason I can run Toxic here, yes, my terrain is going to be annoying, and we'll talk about Tapu Fini in a minute. But the fact that we'll be able to spam Toxic versus Pokemon, if he tries to switch in Milotic to us, that'll be great. I could envision him switching into Skarmory on us. We really can't do a whole lot with Skarmory, but we're going to set up Reflect and switch out to Tapu Fini. But yeah, that is our Umbreon. It should do pretty well here. But yeah, that's basically just there for Reflect. But let's go on to our Brienne, the Tapu Fini. Obviously, Umbreon's name is Devad. But yeah, Tapu Fini here. It's a similar set to what we brought last week, except for we have Surf instead of Moonblast because we want to be able to hit Diggersby as hard as we possibly can. I would have loved to run Muddy Water or something of that nature, but Surf is better because it's 100% accuracy, 90 power. Obviously, Muddy Water is the same, but I wanted to be consistent this matchup too. Muddy Water we don't need at all. So yeah, if he allows us to trap Skarmory, and perhaps Milotic, I would think his switch into this would be Milotic, but at that point he should probably know Milotic's really just set up fodder for a Calm Mind Tapu Fini, and that wouldn't be, well, he could be Haze and everything, but if he's Haze, if he thinks we're going to be a Calm Mind Tapu Fini, that would be bad, because he's going to get his Milotic trapped, and that's one less Pokemon to deal with Excadrill. And if one less Pokemon to deal with Excadrill is amazing, because I fully anticipate a Flame Orb defensive Milotic, because his team is very, outside of 3 Pokemon, his team is extremely weak to an Excadrill. Like, I'm not kidding you, it's very, very weak to Excadrill. But yes, I do like Tapu Fini in this matchup. It's pretty defensive here. We're just going max HP, a little bit of defense, enough speed for Diggersby, because it's a Diggersby, and I don't want to die to a Diggersby. In case if he's not Scarfed or he doesn't have speed boost into him, he's not outspeeding Tapu Fini, so that's great. And if he's Scarfed, he's not going to be doing as much damage to Tapu Fini, so that's even better. Surf I think, has a very good chance to OHKO the spread of Diggersby. I'm thinking he'll bring, I think he'll have like 68 HP. I just want to see if I could calc correctly. Let's see, we are 0 attack. What does Surf do? Surf actually does not OHKO it. I don't know why I thought it did. It's a 2-KO. It's 71 to 85. Based on the spread, I think he's going to be with 68 HP. So yeah, it doesn't OHKO. But I am more than happy to bring this set. Whirlpool traps a lot of stuff, and it'll be great to wear down Nature's Madness and Taunt. Taunt will prevent Milotic from being able to recover, so that'd be amazing. So yeah, basically we'll kill Milotic. Milotic can't do anything to Tapu Fini. We'll be eating its hits better than our leftovers will be covering more HP than what he's going to be doing to us. So that's great. Skarmory can absolutely do nothing to us, even if it's like Swords Dance. It's not going to be doing that much damage. Like, we'll be shutting it down, and he's not going to bring Swords Dance Skarmory here because he needs it to be defensive for Excadrill. Then again, Excadrill potentially could set up on it, so he's kind of has to be Whirlwind in a way as well. If he's not Whirlwind, he kind of struggles against he struggles against setup Pokemon. If he's not Whirlwind, he's going to struggle with our last Pokemon of our team, being Mega Latios, which we'll get into last, obviously. But yeah, Tapu Fini is just a great Pokemon here. But yes, I definitely like it here a lot. So that is our Tapu Fini. Next up, we have the Choice Scarf Excadrill with Earthquake, Iron Head, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rock. Like I was saying, our team is kind of weak to hazards. Spikes, rocks, not rocks really, well, kind of rocks in general as well. But I want to be able to spin them away. Like, even if he's Skarmory, I can spin them away, luckily, at least. So that's great. I don't think he's going to have... He can't afford spikes on a Skarmory. He's going to have to be Rocks, Roost, Whirlwind, then Brave Bird / Iron Head. Probably Brave Bird because it hits my team harder. And it's for Chestnut as well. But yeah, Chestnut has a crap matchup here. There's no way in Heckles I'm bringing Chestnut. The only thing it's really for is like Diggersby to degree. Diggersby, it can take on Diggersby pretty well, but at the same time versus the rest of his team, it doesn't do the greatest versus his team. And he's gonna bring Brave Bird and Skarmory as his last move. So I'm bringing Scarf because if Skarmory and Milotic are gone, and I don't envision Gligar actually, I think Skarm, Milotic, Diggersby, Blaziken, Roserade, and either Latios or Comfey, those Pokemon. This also works as a good check to Comfey as well, because he just brought Coal Mine Comfey last week, and I'm not about to lose to it. Ironhead will completely nuke it. We have enough bulk and stuff where he's got to be set up to quite a bit for it to actually do a lot of damage, so I'm not entirely that threatened by it, but at the same time I kind of am a little bit as well. So yeah, that is our Scarf Excadrill. Earthquake spam at the end of the match will be amazing because Mode Breaker hits everything. He won't be like Scarf Tauros or anything like that. I don't see it because then Tauros won't have the damage output it needs. He can't be Scarf Mismagius because Umbreon will get free switch-ins and it'll do nothing to Mismagius, so that can't happen. This outspeeds a +1 Blaziken. So if Blaziken's not in, he's got to get 2 protects in order to outspeed us. I'm going to try to prevent him from knowing we're Scarfed early on. I don't want him to think we're Scarfed. I don't want any hint that we're Scarfed. I'm just going to kind of leave this in the back until I absolutely have to. I just need to play it accordingly, if I'm being honest. I need to try to play around it is what I'm trying to say. It's going to be pretty difficult, I'm not even going to lie. But I think we'll be okay, is what I'm saying. But yeah, this moveset, Ironhead is just for Comfey. I wouldn't even ran Ironhead if it weren't for Comfey. Stealth Rock is great. It's not even great. It's just for that chip damage if we need it. I'm not even planning on setting up rocks here this game. All my calcs were like based on like without rocks, like the investment into everything like that. By the way, with Torntea, we're going to click Knockoff instead of Superpower first. You see we have Superpower, obviously 2-hit KO and Diggersby, but there's no way I'm clicking Superpower because if he's banded, we're actually in range of an Adamant Choice Banded return. So we click Knockoff first, get rid of its item, unless it's Z Crystal, which would be really bad, but through the Chilan Bear, we'd still live that, which is nice. But yeah, I just wanted to state that already. But yeah, Rapid Spin just in case he wants to set up Hazard. Like I said, I don't anticipate Mismagius, so Spin is actually really great here. Even we're Scarfed, I don't care. Skarmory and Milotic are switch-ins anyway. Gligar, if he brings it, is a switch-in. So I don't really care that much, like, if we're locked into Spin or Rocks. We only need Earthquake and Ironhead anyway. Earthquake mostly, but yeah, that is our Excadrill. Now this one I'm kind of iffy on this set, or in bringing this Pokemon in general. I'm iffy on it because, I mean, yes, this thing would be a lot better with webs if I were to bring Ariados, but Ariados, it's an Ariados. I'm not bringing Ariados. It's just kind of there for show. Ariados is kind of there for show just to scare people into thinking that I could potentially bring webs. And I might just be saying this to get people's mind right now saying, hey, I'm not going to bring webs this matchup, or ever, in fact, because it's an Ariados. And then I'll bring webs and just to, like, get them, you know. Who knows? You'll never know. But, yes, I wanted the Life Orb number. We have enough special attack just to be offensive. We're sub-Pain Split. I don't need fire coverage here, realistically, because Life Orb Energy Ball will be doing a crap ton to Sneasel anyway. I need to play around this just like last week with the Tyranitar. I need to play around Sneasel well. His team does not switch into this well at all. He needs a hidden power from Roserade to take this on well. Energy Ball is destructive towards Milotic. I do need to... I'm not just going to leave this in. If Milotic is weakened, I can knock it out. But Energy Ball is honestly just for Diggersby to like score a great kill with Diggersby. His team doesn't switch in well to Ghost, besides Tauros. And it's Tauros. Tauros is not going to want to take a Flamethrower or a Fire Blast from a Chandelure. And I might forego Pain Split for Life Orb, but I'd rather just kind of get HP up higher. Because eventually, he's good. Eventually, my goal is to trap his Skarmory. Once everything gets weakened, eventually, he's not going to have a switch in to Tapu Fini. He's going to have to switch in Chandelure, or his Skarmory, because he's not going to have another switch in. He's not going to be able to switch in Blaziken and Diggersby late game. What I want is the last 3 mons. Diggersby, Blaziken, Skarmory. I want those mons to be the last 3, because he can't switch in any of the other things. And if he doesn't expect us to be a lot of speed that we are with Diggersby, he might not be creeping with his Blaziken. So he might be Adamant Blaziken. So therefore, if he doesn't click Protect, we do a lot of damage to him with Surf. So that's amazing. But yeah, this also like will speed kind of with Blaziken. He's got to run Earthquake or Knockoff, because anything else will not be doing a crap ton of damage to Blaziken or to Chandelure. If he's not, he's gonna be Knockoff probably for Megalotti, because what else does he have for Megalotti? And in turn, in tandem, it'll hit Chandelure pretty hard too. But we're obviously not going to stay in. Our team does not switch into Blaziken really well at all, but we'll manage it. We'll figure it out. But his team doesn't switch into Chandelure at all. We switch into Diggersby. He's either pretty ballsy or he's Scarfed. I will play around Scarfed as well as I can. But at that point, he's kind of has to lock himself into Earthquake, or just be so ballsy right there. But yeah, Chandelure's right there. Sub, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Pain Split hits his entire team neutrally. I'm kind of scared of Comfey, but like I said, we have checks to it in the back in ElScizor, and he'd have to be super defensive with the Babiri Berry, which I'm going to be very... He can't be just Draining Kiss. He has to have an end power on his Comfey, because otherwise ElScizor will take it on and completely destroy a Draining Kiss Comfey if he's not hidden power. But yeah, he's got to be Babiri Berry on Comfey this matchup too if he brings it, because anything else doesn't make sense to me. I try to weaken it and try to put him in range through the Babiri Berry, but I don't really know. He'd bring HP Ground. He wouldn't bring Fire, obviously, because we have Flash Fire, Chandelure. He would bring HP Ground for sure. But yeah, that is our Chandelure. I like it. It puts a lot of pressure to his team. He doesn't switch into it well. He's got to switch into Milotic, essentially, because everything else, Latios, Skarmory, Diggersby's not going to appreciate it. Roserade, Gligar, Comfey, Sneasel, Blaziken, Mismagius, and Tauros aren't going to take my Fire or Ghost stabs, where Milotic is the only one that really can, so that's why Energy Ball is integral here. But last but not least, our win condition of the entire match, hashtag Ram sucks the Mega Latias. We were bringing Roost, Calm Mind, Psychic, and Reflect type. I could bring Stored Power here. I guess maybe Stored Power would be better. I think Stored Power has more PP as well. Let me check. Yes, Stored Power has the same, actually. So, Psychic would actually be better, potentially. Let's see. Let me just see this really quick. So, Stored Power is 20. When I get a Calm Mind up, it is... Let me highlight that. Yeah, that's 60 base power, 80 base power. I'd have to get 2 Calm Minds up. I'd have to set up 2 Calm Minds before that would be better. But if I set up to +3, I think it goes up to 160 at the most, right? No, it keeps going. Holy shit. Yeah, we're running Stored Power. We're not going Psychic, because we'll be doing a crap ton of damage to a Spadef Skarmory. That is amazing here. Let me just type in my Latias. Mega Latias. We are not 252. We have 0 special attack invested, actually. We actually have enough. I don't know why I was going to run that. We have enough speed for Roserade. So that's cool. I guess I kind of wanted Psychic for doing damage, but yeah. If he's at Confe set, we will beat that Confe set one-on-one. Let me do stored power here. Stored power, +2, +2. Spit F. He can't be Spit F, but I'm just scouting for Spit F. Yeah, so if we're at +2, stored power does 39 to 46 to Spit F Scarm. But he'll be Fizz Def more than likely for Excadrill. And yeah, stored power does 58 to 69 at +2. So it absolutely is going to wreck his team at +2. If we can completely OHKO Milotic, that would be wonderful. But yeah, this thing just, we're max defense. We have a ton of HP. And this is everything you're going to want for in this Mega Latias set here. Roost, Calm Mind, Store Power, Reflect type to transform into Skarmory, so nothing can poison us. If we're Skarmory, I better calc for that too. We'd be Steel, Flying. So that means his moves are going to be doing absolutely no damage to us. We'd have to be +3 in order for us to do a lot of damage, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying, guys. Yeah, this team's not switching in well to this. If we're a Skarmory, I don't know what he's gonna do. If we're a Skarmory, like, he could go into Blaziken. That could be potentially bad. But the reason why I want to be Reflect type, I might not. Thing is, I might not go for Reflect type. I gotta scout his set out, is what it comes down to first. If he doesn't, he's not gonna have room for Toxic on that. Maybe something else he'll have room for Toxic on. But more than likely, it's probably. Does this thing get Refresh? Maybe that's just better. Oh, it gets Refresh. Duh, I'm running Refresh over Reflect type because I'd want to keep my type, actually. Yeah, I want to keep my type. Refresh is better now. I didn't realize Latias got Refresh. I know I'm changing it this last minute, but sue me. But yeah, I like this set a lot better here. Because now we don't have to become Skarmory. I don't give a crap about becoming anything else. If he's got Toxin or anything, it's not going to matter anymore because we're literally just going to refresh our way to victory here. If he's a Mismagius, I probably should run enough speed to speed creep Mismagius speed creeping Electivire. I might actually just do that. So if you see that in battle, I'll let you know. But anyway, that is our team for now. Like I said, I don't expect Mismagius to come. Maybe I should run that. Maybe I shouldn't. But anyway, thanks for watching Zebstrika Army. We will see you for the battle shortly. Stay tuned. Hello, Zebstrika Army. My name is Jacob, as always, and welcome to the battle portion of ICBA Week 3 versus Lars, head coach of the Borussia Donphan, and he's on the GBA, the Global Battle Association. He's been a coach there for a few seasons, so that's really cool. But as you can see from the team preview, you saw the team builder actually, and now we're in the battle. He actually brought Milotic, Roserade, Blaziken, Skarmory, Sneasel, which I was really surprised about, but he had a really good reasoning behind it. Latios, I actually kind of expected Latios to be Scarf, Roserade just to be bulky for the Tapu Fini. I thought Milotic would be Flameware, like I said in the team builder. Blaziken, I thought would be either Life Orb or a Z move. Skarmory is just there for Excadrill, and then Sneasel, probably Life Orb or Choice Band, which Life Orb is more likely because he'd want to switch out moves on my team. But anyway, we're actually going to lead up with he's going to lead Milotic as we leave Tornadus because I wanted to try to prevent hazards with versus Skarmory. And I'm going to U-turn on that and go straight into my Tapu Fini, predicting a status move, and he goes for Toxic, which was really cool. I'm going to actually double right back into Tornadus because I figured he would go to Roserade or Skarmory, so he goes to Roserade and he can't stand, so I just go for Knockoff, removing the leftovers on Milotic. Go for a U-turn here, right back into Tapu Fini, just because I want to see what he's going to go for. If he goes for Scald, we'll be getting back pretty much all of our HP, so I'm actually going to go for a Whirlpool here, because I thought he might predict a different switch, because we predicted Roserade right away. He's playing pretty obvious early game. We're going to go right into our Chandelure here, as he actually goes for Toxic, which, having that many status moves on a team with status Deter with Misty Terrain or Misty Surge? Yeah, Misty Surge is kind of weird, but it works out for him right there, poisoning the Chandelure. We're gonna go for Nature's Madness, and that's actually do a lot of damage to a Roserade. So I'm actually gonna go right into Excadrill here, which was a mistake. I thought he would go for Sludge Bomb because he needed to get rid of Tapu Fini. But he goes for Gigarine, gets so much HP back, and that just is a big, crappy meltdown for us. And that sucks. Should have went to Torn, but we've been going into Torn like pretty much all the time, and it's an obvious switch-in. So we really should have went for Sludge Bomb, not Giga Drain there, but neither here nor there. Gonna go for Taunt, predicting Skarm to set up rocks or anything like that. So we just go U-turn out right into Tapu Fini again as he goes for a Scald this time. I'm gonna do absolutely nothing here. Just gonna predict the switch and go for Nature's Madness, but he avoids it unfortunately. And predicting another Toxic, I'm gonna go into Chandelure because, or Tornadus. I'm gonna go predicting Sludge Bomb this time, or Giga Drain again, but he goes for Sludge Bomb, and that sucks. But I can just go for a U-turn right here and go right back into Tapu Fini because he absolutely can do nothing to us, and he's gonna have to go because we have Taunt on this too, so that's pretty important. And since I'm predicting a Toxic here. Well, no, I don't know. It's been a long time since I did this battle, and I want to do it in one take. I go to Umbreon because it's our best thing to deal with Roserade, pretty much. And I go for Reflect because I want to be able to take on this Blaziken better. And now I predict Toxic because we can go into Chandelure. And this is my only good play of the entire match, predicting Milotic and going for Energy Ball. This is going to be a pretty lackluster narration right now because I don't like narrating losses necessarily, especially when I feel like we didn't play that well. We did play well for a good portion of the match, but I'll tell you there's a certain spot that it started going downhill for us. Not yet. We're actually playing pretty well. We're in a good spot right here. We just have to eliminate Roserade. Roserade was the only thing stopping us from winning this game. I feel without Roserade here, he would have pretty much lost because he wouldn't have been able to deal with Tapu Fini well at all. And I actually go for Umbreon right here. I should have went for Moonlight right here to keep it healthy, but instead... Oh, I do go for Moonlight. What am I thinking? It's been a long battle. I almost had this battle 2 weeks ago, so I cannot remember what I did. But we're going to Latias right here, and we definitely should not have brought this mono stored power set here, because SNEASEL was right there. And he goes for the Z move, which I thought it might have been not Colbert or the Dark one, whatever, Never-Ending Nightmare. No, that's what the Ghost one is. But anyway, I restopped the damage because I predicted Z move right there, and just see what Blaziken had for us. So I can easily just go for a Roost here to make sure we stay healthy. And he goes into SNEASEL. And I probably should have stayed in knowing I can take any one move. But he goes for Poison Jab and predicts Fini. And this is beginning of the end. This is right here is what hurts us the most. Fini wasn't losing any health. Now we have to double hard and everything like that. But I actually go for a double out into Tornadus here, because I wanted to make sure that Skarm can't set up rocks or anything like that. And I go for Knockoff, and knock off the Scarf, which I expected on Latios, and I go for U-turn, which I could have went for another knockoff, which I think was a correct play. Should have went for another knockoff instead of clicking U-turn right there. But I guess it kind of works out in this regard. But he's just going to go into Roserade because it's a safe switch in to Tapu Fini every single time. We brought a trapping set, which we should not have. We should have brought something with Ice Beam on Tapu Fini here. But as you're going to see, Latias doesn't care if it gets poisoned because we have Refresh. We have not revealed that to him yet. And we're in great shape. We're going to call Mind. And I know he's got SNEASEL. That wasn't very smart of me to do. Which I also had a brain fart this match. I remember. I'm like, Torn T is not going to outspeed SNEASEL. But based on because I didn't run enough speed. But based on certain things, which you're going to see in just a minute. And I didn't think he'd go for another Icicle Crash here, because the switch into Fini is so obvious right here. And I don't think he should have went for another Icicle Crash, because Fini is so obvious, and he needs SNEASEL to stay healthy. He can't just keep taking Life Orb damage, which, hey, it is what it is. But anyway, all we had to do was either eliminate SNEASEL to win, or we had to eliminate Roserade to win, which we did not do either. As you're going to see then, that really sucks. And I go for Taunt here, silly enough. I should not have, because Brave Bird was so obvious. I should have just clicked either Knockoff or U-turn here, which I didn't. But anyway, we're going to U-turn now because we can't lose Torn T because it checks Roserade. And I also should have ran Heat Wave with Torn T. I actually ran the Chillon Berries just Team Builder for Digger Speed, which I really should have just ran like Heat Wave, and that would have, or just Hurt, or the Heat Wave would have been better, but we should have done that, but we didn't. Whatever, it happens. So we're just on the back burner, and this is such a super long match, so sorry my narration's really bad here. But we go into Tapu Fini predicting rocks just so we can get some more HP back before the rocks takes away our HP when he switch in. But I double into Torn here. I'm predicting the Roserade because he goes into it every single time. He's got no reason not to. You can click Knockoff here, get rid of the leftovers finally in Skarmory, and I should have ran Heat Wave because we would have been in such a good position. But no, he's just going to roost off the damage right here, even though Taunt could have been an obvious play. But anyway, I'm going to roost off right here. And what I should have done right here is try to stall the stupid Sneasel out of Icicle Crashes, because until we couldn't take another one, because it was faster, obviously. We're getting most of the damage back, and that's what I honestly should have done here. And I didn't think he would go for another Icicle Crash here. I thought he'd go for Poison Jab, predicting Finny, but no, he just goes for that. I think his better play was to click Poison Jab, honestly, but what do I know? Because he cannot lose a Sneasel. He absolutely can't lose a Sneasel. And us switching out first told me it was faster, so we did just speed creep Latias, because I was speed creeping a speed creep with Torn. But anyway, that's not the point. Point is that told us we're faster, and he doesn't have Ice Shard. I was scouting for Ice Shard as well, but I was just trying to essentially win the game. We're just on the back foot really bad. And I'm trying to just calm mind up. And he gets a poison, unfortunate Sludge Bomb poison. And without that, we would have been fine here to set off on this thing and potentially win the game because of Sneasel's getting weakened from the poison. But no, it just doesn't happen the way we want it. He gets a poison right there. And eventually I'm going to have to click refresh here as he goes into Sneasel now. Like, it's just getting so low. If we would have had like a little bit more time to try to win, we would have been in better shape, but no. It really stinks. But he goes for Icicle Crash, which is the obvious play again. I'm not quite sure why. Like, probably should have just doubled right here, as we do in the Torn. Because that's just the obvious play every single time. But yeah, we're gonna go for knockoff here, and it's just getting whittled down and whittled down. He goes for Roost right there. Go for knockoff. Goes for Braver, and it's just like getting so low on HP. And I go for Superpower, just to try to do as much damage as possible to it. Try to get another kill to lower the differential, because at this point we're going to lose. Because we would have had more time. We'll probably, if Sneasel would have been out, we would have won the game 100%, because he wouldn't have been able to kill Mega Latias anymore. Because a non-offensive move with his, Blaziken, or non-offensive boosting item with Blaziken is not going to kill Mega Latias. But he is going to win this match, and I'm not going to be that guy that stalls out until the timer just to get one differential point. Like, it's not worth it to me, so I was just going to be that guy. I wasn't going to be that guy. He was going to Lars 5-0s us right here, and he definitely deserves to win. But I think there were some plays that he could have done differently a little bit. Like, it obviously worked out for him, and they worked out, but he kept clicking Icicle Crash Sneasel. Like, I could have easily switched in Tapu Fini. If he would have lost Sneasel right there, he would have lost the game. Because if our Latias would have set up a Calm Mind, there's no way Latios revenges it, because we could have roosted off the damage and been in really good shape. So I don't necessarily agree with just spamming Icicle Crash as much as he did. I don't think he should have made the obvious play, but it worked out for him. Make sure you check out Lars in the description down below. He's an awesome content creator, even better draft league bettors. So make sure to check him out. Have a great day, and I love you all so very much. Adios, Step Striker Army. Bye-bye.